Shalom, beloved. This is Gabriella Powers with Spark 22, Discovering the Light of Hebrew. We've been praying a lot, and actually, Papa decided to give us an assignment of commencing a marriage series. There are so many words in the Old Testament that give us root meanings and secrets and insights into his original design and purpose for covenant man and covenant woman. We're going to be starting all the way back in Genesis 2:22, and our first word is going to be rib, which is Tsela. It's only a 3-letter word, but it's extremely powerful. Genesis 2:22 says, "Then the rib which Elohim had taken from man, he made into woman, and he brought her to the man. So he took this rib from Adam while he was sleeping and formed it into woman." That had me thinking. Let's break down the 3 letters. The first letter is Sadek. Now, if you take a good look at this letter, you can see a picture of a man with his hands raised and on his knees. That represents the righteous ones of the earth. It also has a numerical value of 90, which represents the beginning of the fulfillment of promises. Also, the most ancient form of this letter, called the Picto-Hebrew, shows a picture of a man on his side with a need and a desire. It also represents a fishing hook, or to catch and capture. Now, the final version of this letter actually it shows a picture of a man standing upright, so it represents the one who is upright before Yahuwah. The second letter, Lamed, is actually in the very center of the alphabet, and it's the tallest letter of the alphabet, so that gives us a picture of the King of Kings. It also has a numerical value of 30, which represents a heart and wisdom, a heart that seeks after knowledge and understanding. It basically, at the bare bones of it, represents a heart that understands knowledge. Now, the final letter, Ayin, is actually the most curious letter of all. It has a numerical value of 70, which represents completion and fullness. This letter is silent, and it represents the eye, which also means to see, but because it's silent, it represents to see, but not to speak. That is an act of humility. It also represents 2 eyes, which shows man's ability to either choose between good or evil. So my question was this: why did Papa Yah specifically choose a rib, Tsela, from Adam to make his helpmeet? What significance does Tsela or rib have in the characterization of Adam's helpmeet or his wife? What role does woman take on from that one bone that was taken? Let's look at the first letter, Sadek, which actually reveals many things about woman's role. If we look into the ancient Picto form, it shows a man on his side with a need and a desire. Adam's need and desire was for a helpmeet, as the animals had all of their pairs, but he couldn't find a suitable helpmeet for himself. This letter in its biblical form has numerical value of 90, which shows that this rib would be formed into Adam's helpmeet and would be the beginning of the fulfillment of promises. Let's keep in mind that Messiah was also born from a woman. This first letter of the word rib also shows that his helpmeet was designed to be the humble hunter. Yes, the humble hunter who would righteously stand upright before Yahuwah and catch and capture her husband from that uprightness as a fishing hook. The final form of this letter alludes to the fact that rib, Tsela, made into woman, was purposed to keep man, Adam, covenant man, standing upright before Yahuwah always. The second letter, Lamed, shows that the rib was chosen to make woman have a heart that understands knowledge. That comes from its numerical value of 30. This is the tallest letter of the alphabet, which is, and also in the very center, let's not forget that, which alludes to the King of Kings, Yeshua, who is Torah, and Torah is the heart of all wisdom and knowledge. It is also shaped into a shepherd's staff, which actually shows that Tsela, rib, woman, wife of covenant man, was meant to excite prick, sting, and goad the husband towards the King of Kings always. The final letter of this word, rib, is ayin. Its numerical value of 70 shows that woman was created from Adam's rib to bring completion and fullness to him. It is silent, but also means to see. So this letter shows how woman was created to see, but not to speak, which is key to why she was created from his rib, Tsela. Tsela, or rib, shows us, with its final letter being ayin, that humility is woman's power. She sees but doesn't speak. Her heart is designed to understand knowledge and wisdom, and the humility of her actions forever guards her husband towards righteousness. She sees, and her humility is requesting provision from Yahuwah, and he speaks. Ayin also shows two eyes, to either choose good or to choose evil. This reveals another secret about Tsela, the rib that formed woman. It shows that a woman's heart sight and heart knowledge of wisdom can be used for either good or evil in directing her husband. I'm really excited about this last part, beloved. Overall, the word Tsela, or rib, shows a vast richness of Yahuwah's original design for woman. She begins as a fulfillment of promises for man's desire and need, humbly hunting and capturing him like a fishing hook with her righteous hands lifted upwards, which is a design, a divine design to be the backbone of man, covenant man, continuing to stand upright before Yahuwah. Then her design was one infused with the depths of hunger and passion for learning the heart of Torah, Yeshua, and seeking his wisdom with zeal. This design was to excite, sting, and goad Adam, covenant man, continually towards the King of Kings. Finally, Tsela, rib, shows woman's powerful purpose for bringing completion and fullness to Adam, covenant man. Her beginning was born from a need and a desire, and her finality of creation was to complete and fill that need and desire with the uttermost wise humility. Her righteous eye was designed to see truth and consequence and deliver its message with humble, silent actions of righteousness. Tsela, rib, shows the original purpose of woman as powerful in humbly guarding her husband in righteousness, but also shows the latter end in the fall of man, how her power distorted caused generations of pain and devastation. To all of you ribs out there, understand and recognize your purpose and power. Humility is lifting your hands to Yahuwah, bending your knee, and allowing that righteousness to capture, hunt, and hook your Adam, your covenant man. Your heart for seeking wisdom and understanding in Yeshua is not only a gift, but breathed into the very fabric of your purpose. Your ability to see and not speak, but direct your reliance upwards, is like a surrounding protective edge that guards your Adam in righteousness. You, rib, were designed to bring completion and fullness into the need and desire of your Adam, just as the rib and the bride of Messiah Yeshua was designed to do. The entire design and purpose of rib, Tsela, being formed into woman, is focused around keeping covenant man centered in his covenant with Yahuwah. I praise Elohim above for this revelation, and I pray that you watch this video over and over again, especially if you are a rib waiting for your covenant man, or if you're already in a covenant marriage. Beloved, take this to heart. Understand your purpose in your role. Shalom Aleichem.